I'm Jim Gordon, and I'm here at the offices of the Richmond Sentinel to bring you an important segment on the 2022 municipal elections here in Richmond. We've invited all the candidates to share with you, our viewers, why they're running and who they are, and why they want to serve the city of Richmond. Every candidate that accepted our invitation will be given the opportunity to share their views. Get to know the candidates here in Richmond and make an educated decision before you vote. Now, let's get started.
I'm here with Adil Awan. He is running for councillor for the city of Richmond. And why you're running for council?
Thanks for inviting me.
You're very welcome.
We moved to Richmond in 1974, so I've been here a long time. And I grew up in Richmond. I went to Burnett, Colchina, Burnett, and graduated from Richmond High in 1984. My dad started a very successful business in 1979 and just recently retired. I myself had worked in the family business, but I'm a pilot. So I've been flying for about 38 years with a large courier company. And I'm also a property manager and realtor. My life has been in Richmond. I grew up in Richmond. I've seen Richmond change over the years. I remember in '74 when we moved here, there were still ditches on the side of the roads. Westminster Highway had ditches. And the development, some good, some bad, has happened over the years. It's still a good community, but I think there's an opportunity to do better, and that's why I'm running for council.
The provincial election and the federal election, this topic of affordable housing, I was surprised it was the #1 question being asked constantly of candidates. How would you go about supporting something to do to address affordable housing?
Affordable housing, there was a gentleman that actually asked me that question, and he said, what is affordable housing? What do you consider affordable housing? And there's two different types of scenarios when you talk about affordable housing. One is renting affordable housing. The other one is to purchase an affordable home.
True.
And unfortunately, because of the prices in Richmond, the younger generation can't afford to buy in Richmond.
Well, and the mortgage rates just went up.
And the mortgage rates have gone up.
Yes.
So, in order to buy, say, $1 million home, you're going to have to need a $300,000
deposit?
Income.
Oh, income.
Income of $300,000. So it's that money, not many people can afford it. The prices of homes have gone up, but the wages haven't kept up with the cost of inflation, of expenses, and that kind of thing.
Right.
So the young generation, they have to rely on the bank of mom and dad. So we're having an exodus of people that actually want to live here, but they can't. So they're moving out of the city, and that's a shame because they've grew up here. They want to stay here, but they can't. So, and with the rental, affordable rentals, I think a solution would be to engage the federal government, the provincial government, and the developers. Now, let's face it, developers want to make money.
Of course.
They want to make money. They're in the business to do that. But if we give them an incentive to build affordable homes to buy or to rent, I think that would be a good start. Can the affordable housing problem be fixed overnight? No.
But what is your feeling about keeping Richmond safe?
When we moved to Richmond, we were able to leave our doors unlocked.
I believe it.
And our neighbors used to keep an eye on each other's properties. There used to be a program called Block Watch. We're starting to get an increase in the homeless population, and
Yes.
the homeless population, it's not as bad as in other jurisdictions. However, because of what's going on in the downtown east side, because I volunteer at the downtown east side at homeless shelters, and when they're getting removed from the streets, they're looking for some place to go, and they're coming into Richmond. You've only scratched the surface on the homeless problem here. If you don't talk to the parties, invite them to the table and say, okay, this is our problem. Help us. What can we do to make this better?
One word, describe yourself to our viewers as to why they should vote for Adil Awan.
I'm passionate with what I do.
And that does it for this edition of the Richmond Sentinel Spotlights on the candidates that are running in the next election, October 15th. Please educate yourself and vote on that day. For more details and if you want to see more videos, please go to the Richmond Sentinel website. It's richmondsentinel.ca.